are live. Welcome. That was a bad one. We are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you guys are making it a good one. We know that we are as well. Massive day for LSU on the diamond as LSU takes the series against Ole Miss. Dylan Cruz, 2 home runs, one of those being a grand slam. Today versus the Rebels. It was his day, man, and what a performance for Ty Floyd. We will recap that here today and tonight. Also, LSU spring football offense looked really good. A lot of good things to take away from both of these performances today. We'll go around your SEC as well, as Georgia has swept Arkansas, and if I'm not mistaken, South Carolina is swept as well. So we got a lot that we need to get into here today. I thought that both quarterbacks looked extremely good. I thought that Jayden Daniels did what some people have been asking him to do, throwing the ball down the field. Kyron Lacey, one-handed 70-yard grab. And look, it's not as if he had Rudy Poos trying to tackle him either, as he broke 2 tackles from Harold Perkins. So we'll break down the spring game first, but both quarterbacks looked really good. I had told you this all week, and I will continue to tell you, good, bad, or indifferent, don't completely overreact, but there are some things that you can take away from a spring game. We'll touch on that here today. Some flashes and guys that really showed out. I thought the first and third drive for Jayden Daniels that led to points were really good. Harold Perkins showed why Matt House and Brian Kelly were not concerned about him being on the inside when it comes to that inside backer. Omar Speights looked good. And where are some areas that LSU didn't look too great today that we need to talk about? And I think safety is my biggest concern. And it has been over the last couple of days. I mean, corner has been last couple of weeks. Corner was fine, but we'll talk about it. Terrence Welsh had a couple of pass breakups, running stride for stride with one of, if not the fastest guy on the field, and Chris Hilton Jr. So a lot we need to discuss. And I know a lot of people are going to overreact to a little bit about Alabama. If we have time, we'll touch on them as well. Marquise Lathers on YouTube says, I saw what I needed to see, much more confidence this year. Well, it's the first time that Jayden and Garrett, for that matter, if I'm not mistaken, has had a college season where they've been with the same coaching staff within 2 years. So, yeah. I mean, you had a couple of younger freshmen, redshirt and true freshmen with weeks with the pick 6 in Landon Ibieta breaking a couple off, and Landon Ibieta doing it against Denver Harris, I think turned some people's heads. But look, we'll break it all down. We got a lot to discuss there. Not a lot shown, right? Like not a lot shown in reference to defensively. LSU sent some blitzes, but everything that LSU's defense ran was man-to-man. Nothing really zone coverage to break down for sure. Justin says, man, your boy JT balling out this weekend, LOL, and you don't understand the JT criticism. I don't know what that means. I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, why would I understand the criticism when he's making big league plays in the field? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like, how do you win a series and you come in here and your first thing to do is to be negative? I guess I just don't understand that. Holden Lee says, yeah, I agree. Safety is concerned, but also didn't have the starters out there. It's very true, but I'm with you. You wouldn't mind another one from the portal. Well, the starters were out there, though, Holden. I mean, Greg Brooks and Sage Ryan were both out there. I mean, who's missing? I mean, Major Burns, okay. I mean, but Sage Ryan still played a lot of safety last year. I mean, Major Burns doesn't change a whole lot when it comes to Greg Brooks getting pieced up a little bit as well. Mike says, cool. Hopefully we will get first sweep in SEC play. It's true. It's true. John says that Floyd was lights out. We needed this from him. Absolutely. Because look, Nate Ackenhausen can come in tomorrow and close the show if you need him to do that as well. So a massive performance. Look, Dylan Cruz deserves for it to be his day. I mean, 2 long balls. You hit a grand slam. I get it. But I think the player of the game today was Ty Floyd. Being able to, and look, he gave up the long home run to Kemp Alderman. But other than that, he was pretty flawless, really flawless, getting up to 111 pitches, and it was 96 on his last fastball on that 111 pitch. We might talk about what happened last night, late night, Tommy Tanks hitting a bomb, hitting that grand slam to open the doors up for LSU. So, yeah. Justin said, for this weekend and 2 errors, FYI. Okay, well, let me make sure that you're right. I'll make sure that you're right. Well, there was an infield single, so no. They counted it an E6. Both of those errors that they gave on Gonzalez last night, which weren't errors. So if you want to give him an offer, I mean, he's still hitting 280. And what error did he make? What did I miss? Because there was no errors today. And LSU had 1 error yesterday. So there's no way he made 2 errors. Unless I missed something. I didn't mark it down as it being a highlight. Dylan says, 100% agree. Game ball goes to Floyd. It has Floyd's names all over it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, man, you had 8 innings. And when your bullpen has been struggling, you can give them a weekend off or a weekend of rest, at least to some extent. Like, look, you hadn't seen Riley Cooper. You hadn't seen Gavin Guidry. So you're giving them a rest, I think, is a really, really, really big deal. Is a really, really big deal. Andrew Paulson Martin, I missed it, says, Whitweeks and Ibieta, good Lord. Yeah, massive days for those young men. Massive days for those young men. Ryan says, great day to be a Tiger. That it is. Zachary Ross says, Lacey looked good today, man. That he did. And he made an athletic play and then broke a tackle on Harold Perkins twice, which makes you feel better. All right, last one before we get rolling. Holden Lee says, Welsh might have earned him some more playing time. Could have. I mean, he's running stride for stride with Chris Hilton. So, yeah. All right, let's get rolling. Everybody do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share to all of the – well, let me say this too about Jordan Thompson. Guys, you just took the series, and the first thing that some of you did was run in here and say, Jordan Thompson sucks. Like, or he's over and he has a couple air. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. Like, is your life that bad where we got to run in here and talk about the negativity part of it? I mean, I don't get that. I just don't get that. I mean, he's not. It's not as bad as y'all. I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just a blithering idiot. I'm looking here right now just to make sure. He had a line drive in the 4th of the day. He had a line drive into center field that was caught. I mean, Dylan Cruz struck out twice. What you going to say about Cruz? So, I was looking. All right, last one I lied. Ovi is a lot bigger than I thought it would be, the outside linebacker. Agreed. I mean, speaking of the negativity, I mean, we got people mad about them putting the path on field paint. I mean, come on, man. Come on. All right, let's get rolling. Everybody do us a favor by hitting the like and share to all of those social media groups. Share to all of those social media pages. If you're listening to us on YouTube, like, subscribe, notification bell. We have gone over that 5,000. So if you go over to Rufino and Joe Show, we will give you and you subscribe there as well. When we get to 1,000, we will be giving somebody that is a subscriber $200. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you're listening to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Rate, review, and subscribe. Listen on SiriusXM. Tune in. We greatly appreciate that as well. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Let's talk about our good friends over at BetOnline.ag. Guys, we're back in 32 seconds. Got a lot of football and baseball to talk about. We do that next. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to wager on all of your favorite sports, contests, events with the first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews for all the news for each league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, college sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all of your sports information for live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head on over to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50, to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BetOnline.ag, BetOnline.ag. We're back. Unlike Texas and Alabama quarterbacks. Yes, indeed. Eric says it's great to see Floyd pitch all the way to the ninth. His interview after the game with Big McDonald was great. I didn't get to see that because we were coming in here. Joseph says Floyd showed up and showed out. Definitely gets the game ball. Cruz is Cruz and will do Cruz things. I agree. Which kind of sucks for him because, I mean, he kind of gets lost in the weeds sometimes. Tyler on YouTube says LSU is not only a better team with Dugas on the field, but they seem like they play with more confidence. And he said, I mean, look, he had a bad day. He had a really bad day. He struck, I think he got the golden sombrero. No, he got the hat trick. I mean, he just didn't have a good day, but I'm okay with that. You're going to have days like that in baseball. All right, let's do this. We'll talk about baseball next. Let's talk about what started off first in the spring football game. Look, there are, and I've said this all week, I will continue to say this, there are things that you can take away from today, from LSU's spring game, and say that was really good, that needs some work on. 9 times out of 10, it normally doesn't necessarily translate because you do have a lot of starters out. There are some things, though, flashes from players, things that the quarterback does that you can say, all right, that looks pretty good. I thought both quarterbacks looked fantastic. I thought both of them, I'm not worried about either one of these quarterbacks having to go in, start, play significant snaps. You're going to be good. You're going to be fine. I think the thing now is you just got to pray to God, sweet baby Jesus above, that you can hold on to Garrett Nussmeier and that he will sit behind Jane Daniels one more year, and the next year it is his show, and it could be his show for multiple seasons. That's what you kind of hope for. Both of them can play. I mean, what the criticisms that Jaden has gotten, weight, getting hurt, throwing the ball down the field, he looks sharp today, man. There's nothing else that you can say. There's nothing else that you can say other than he looked good. And for me, when I look at somebody like Jaden Daniels, and I see the progression that he's made, and him going 10 of 11 today, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 yards rushing, and not being able, and when he gets touched, he goes down. I'm okay with that. He took 2 sacks. One of them was from Harold Perkins. That it's Harold Perkins. I mean, what are we talking about here? And you want to have a good balance from both offense and defense. It was Todd. It's exactly how, if you ask any coach on planet Earth, it's exactly how they would draw it up. Jaden's first pass to Kyron Lacy that goes for 70 yards. Was the pass a little too high? Yeah, but when you give your receivers a chance, he comes down with that ball, he takes it to the house. I thought Kyron Lacy was a great surprise. Something that a lot of people have been asking about the entire offseason was, Blake, LSU's been really kind of pushing Kyron Lacy. And for what it's worth, he had a really good day. breaking both of those tackles on that 70-yard run from Harold Perkins and getting into the end zone. It's not, we all know Harold Perkins is not a Rudy Poo, right? Like, he's going up against an elite one-day NFL dude, busting the coverage, sitting where he sat in the one time LSU would have a miscommunication defensively. He goes up and gets it, and then he takes it to the house. That's what you want to see. You know, they start off in the red zone period. First pass to Malik Neighbors from Jane Daniels for a touchdown. But both times Jaden led off the game, things just went well. We just talked about the 70-yard pass to Kyron Lacey from Jane Daniels. But then in the second drive for Jaden, there was a 3-yard run, an 8-yard pass to Brian Thomas Jr., a 16-yard pass to Malik Neighbors, then another 8-yard pass to Malik Neighbors. Chris Hilton Jr. would catch a quick slant for 5 yards. Jane got sacked by Harold Perkins coming up the middle. Kane caught a pass for 5 yards and then a kick. Then you would go on down a little bit more to Jane Daniels and what he would do later on in the game. And his final drive that he had, which he only had 4, and his third drive or his fourth drive and last one, Jaden would get the 20-yard pass that would be a pass interference to Brian Thomas Jr. Kane would gain 2 yards. Jaden would run for 20 and get a first down. Parker would catch his first pass from Jane Daniels of the day, who he looked good. And then Jane Daniels would hit the 15-yard touchdown to Trey Holly for a TD. Garrett Nussmeier, when I will be honest, I did not chart Garrett a lot when he was with the twos. I didn't think it was beneficial for him for you to really judge what he was doing with the twos when you got guys out. When he came in with the ones, he threw a 40-yard bomb to Brian Thomas Jr., then a 2-yard catch from Brian Thomas Jr., which would wind up being a punt, I might add. The 70-yard touchdown to Landon Ibieta, getting the ball out to your playmakers, letting them play. Wiggins would get a sack, and then he'd punt. Garrett Nussmeier would go 5 for 8, 139 yards, 2 TDs. Nothing else you can say, man. Both of them, it's like the old adage says, iron sharpens iron, right? When iron sharpens iron, this is what you're going to see. And both young men looked really good. Can they translate that into the summer, have a massive summer workouts, go into the fall, exactly how they've been doing? If they do that, guys, again, you sit in a position where, and you get a lot of your starters back, you sit in a position where, man, you might not be that bad. You probably are gearing up for a really good season. Defensively, Harold Perkins playing the inside, he was not bad, man, especially in the running game. He was not, and I know Brian Kelly said that they had a lot of offensive linemen out, but not their starters, they didn't. Emory Jones was in there. Miles Frazier was in there. Marlon Martinez, who I thought played really well today, was in there. And then you obviously have Will Campbell at your left tackle, along with Garrett Dellinger, who started for you at the beginning of the season, got hurt, but is still considered a starter. Did not look bad in the running game. Now, you don't have some of your running backs in there. I get that. Harold Perkins looked good. One guy that we have not talked about enough, and we're going to talk about him a lot this offseason. A guy that continues to blow me away at practice, a guy that the first time that we saw the first spring practice that we the media were able to go out and watch, that night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I came on here and the first thing I said was Omar Speights. There was a call on 3rd and 4. It was Jaden's third drive. Okay. And why they wind up having a punt. Matt House calls an all-out blitz. Omar Speights, being the football guy that he is, a guy that knows just what he needs to do when he needs to do it, didn't come on the blitz, bailed out of it, and went into the flat to cover the running back because that's where Jane Daniels was going to go. Elite. Guys, that's elite instincts. Very elite instincts. Now, the running game, if there's one thing that I did not like from LSU offensively, they couldn't get the running game going. I mean, a lot of spring games are like that, man. A lot of spring games are like that. Go pop in anybody's spring football game, and you will see that there's just not a lot of teams that are running the football down their own team's throat when it comes to a spring game. If there is a complaint, there were some things I saw in the running game I didn't like. Another thing that I put a big asterisk to in watching all of this, simply to me, is how the offensive line did in protection. Guys, I'm just telling you, the O-line did really freaking good in protection. Were there some pressures early? A little bit. Yeah. Was Jane trying to sit in the pocket? Yes. They made the right calls. They made the right decisions. They knew what guys to pick up, when to pick them up, and where to pick them up. All I needed to see. It was all that I needed to see. So from an offensive standpoint, you had some really big-time guys at wide receiver come and ball out. Another thing that I put an asterisk to, guys, you led the SEC in drops a season ago. I mean, you had a couple of misplayed balls here and there. Name significant drops for me today. They looked good, man. They looked sharp. They look like what a team with an elite coach should look like in year 2. Say that again. This team looks like what they should look like when they are going to be really good under an elite head coach in year 2. And there are guys that we have not seen from yet. I still think that Lance Heard's going to come in here and push for some playing time. We haven't seen Deshaun Womack. Just some dudes that were not out there today that we're going to see from upcoming in September that are going to be very impactful for you. Mason Smith didn't go today. Mekhi Wingo wasn't out there. So there are a lot of things for me that I take away and that I really like. Offensively and defensively. I think that you saw a couple of young freshmen out there doing some good things, either redshirted or true midterm enrollees. The Whit Weeks pick 6 on Ricky Collins. Guys, that's really good. Batted the ball, caught it, and was fast and athletic enough to take it to the hizzy. Fast and athletic enough to take it to the house. And I just don't know if there's anything that you can say about how Weeks played. I thought he played good, significant snaps in the running game. I mean, he's got to get bigger. I mean, when they got his hands on him, you could tell he was getting pushed around a little bit. But him and LaTerrence Welsh, I thought played really good. You know, a guy that when we talk about defensive back, a guy that and candidly I have not mentioned has been LaTerrence Welsh. All I really needed to see from him today was when he was running stride for stride with Chris Hilton and had that pass breakup. Okay, so you got some wheels on you, kid. You got some wheels on you. You got some wheels on you. The one thing that I thought defensively that worried me at times was the tackling at the safety position and the coverage at the safety position. They're going to have to figure, and Brian Kelly mentioned that in his postgame. You know, sitting there listening to him, I was like, I wonder how. I literally told people that are with us at the studio today, I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take Brian Kelly to mention safeties. How long is it going to take for Brian Kelly to mention safeties? Guys, it took less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. So, like it, love it, or hate it, I think you just looked good. You just overall looked good. I saw what I wanted to see. You know, when it was done at the end, I thought to myself, and I said, self, If you could have scripted a spring game, I don't know how you could have gotten it better than that, man. I don't know how you could have gotten it better than that. I mean, could you say maybe Nuss's first overall drive was suspect? Maybe. I mean, he missed the fade route to Hilton. He missed the slant to Hilton, and this is in the red zone. And then Nuss took a sack. Maybe. I mean, Jane Daniels came in, threw a TD. Ovi got a sack, which he looked really good today too. And it's not, again, guys, I mean, it's not as if Ovi was working against two Rudy Poos. Guys, he had a sack against Emory Jones. So he got a sack. Then there was a 1-yard run. Ovi would run down Noah Cain from behind, and then the slant was missed by Jaden Daniels. Pressure came up the middle, and he threw an absolute dart. The biggest throw for me today was not the bombs by Garrett Nussmeier. I think that you guys knew that. I knew that. The biggest thing for me was, remember when LSU went for the 2-point conversion, and they converted it with Brian Thomas, and Jaden Daniels rolled out right and threw an absolute frozen rope to Brian Thomas in the back of the end zone, and Brian Thomas is sitting there just in the back of the end zone perfectly. I mean, ball is placed perfectly. It was placed perfectly. Perfect spiral, perfect dime. So if there is anything, that would be it for me. I thought Trey Holly did some good things. He's got to get better in pass protection, though. He's got to get better in pass protection. There's no question about that. He's got to get better in pass protection, because if he doesn't, then he's not gonna see significant playing time. Noah Cain looked good, and as Brian Kelly mentioned today, I agree with this. I agree with him. A lot of people sleeping on old Noah Cain. His pass pickups and just overall getting to guys like Harold Perkins. Guys, there was 4 times that I marked today where Harold Perkins came on a blitz and got stuffed by Noah Cain. Now, do I think Harold Perkins was going all out completely? Not really. Not really. So, overall good. All right, I'll get to a couple of your comments here. Let's get to a couple of your comments here. Let me scroll up and start getting to some of them. Eric says, great game for LSU. So great. Oh, okay. That's not it. Ryan says McBride. What about him? Did he commit yet? I know he said he was going to commit. I didn't know if it was today, though. Maybe it was. I hadn't seen where he had committed yet. I don't think he committed yet. But I feel good about that one. I feel really good about that one. It's a massive steal for LSU. Penn Jones says, biggest idiot award goes to whoever called up with OU scoring system in their spring game. I didn't see it. I didn't see their spring game. Joe says, wide receivers look great. QBs look great. Trey Holly is going to be fantastic. Yep, the only thing he's got to get better at is pass protection. Eric says, the spring game was today. LOL. I never watched glorified scrimmages. Okay. Justin says, Chad, yeah, because a shortstop doesn't need. Oh, God. Joey says, Ricky Collins did not look bad today. Yeah, he got. I mean, guys, he's playing with the third string, man. Like, what are we gonna say about that? Made a big freshman error with giving up the pick, but his running ability was well on display. Yeah, it was, and I'm surprised that I'm really surprised that Brian Kelly allowed him to be tackled. I mean, I will be open. I've never seen a spring scrimmage or really any scrimmage in a football setting outside of like high school when you play a scrimmage, but it's like against somebody else, that you see quarterbacks getting tackled. They let the man rip. Now, he made a look. It's not that he just threw the pick, too. He threw the pick into triple coverage. You had Weeks coming up, from underneath. You had the safety that was over the top and the corner that was already covering. It's a horrible throw. But what do you expect? What do you expect from a freshman, guys? I mean, look how far Garrett Nussmeier has come as an example from where he was in his first spring game. Didn't he throw like 3 or 4 picks? He threw like 3 or 4 interceptions, and look at him now. I'm not worried about Ricky Collins. It's his first real live action against college athletes like this. I'm not worried about him at all. Not at all. You just got to hope and pray that both quarterbacks stay upright, because if they don't, you're in deep doo-doo. He's not ready. There's nothing. Look, there's nothing to be ashamed about for him. Nothing. He's just not ready. He's not even remotely ready. Okay? You get to him, you're in deep doo-doo. Zay says, just got here, but Welsh was strapping dudes up out there. Perkins was himself, and both the QBs played well. JD was efficient. Only one major underthrow, I think. Well, and the underthrow, I would rather him overthrow it, in which he did to Chris Hilton. Overthrow it. I don't want – I mean, hold on, back up. Excuse me. He did overthrow it. I'd rather him underthrow it, because at least your wide receiver could come back to the ball. But when you do that, you keep yourself up to chances to get picked off. Joey says Anderson is out with an injury. I'd love to see him on kick return, but we did see a few kick returners and kids out there today. Yeah, Kyle Parker being one of them. Kyle Parker was the only freshman running with the ones. The only one. Didn't see Jaylen Brown out there. I mean, the kid is going to be something to be dealt with. I'm telling you. Kyle Parker is going to be something to be dealt with. There's nothing you could just see that kid. He's the best route runner on the team. That's not a debate. He is the best route runner on the team. The kid's a freshman. Wait till he puts it all together. Zay says the media is in love with Perkins. If there's a way for him to get to New York, he'll be there. Gonna have to have a massive year, though, from a linebacker's perspective. He's got to have a Monte Te'o, a Harold, a Ty Matthew. I mean, maybe Chase. Who was it? Chase Young. I didn't think Chase Young deserved to be there, to be honest. But that was just me. Kevin says, did the little speedy freshman receiver have a catch today? I did not. Talking about Brown, I do not believe that Brown had a catch. No, I do not. Now, could I be mistaken? Look, in the spring game, so listen, let me show you what this is, because this is the same notebook I've had since the Alabama game. This is this is like 6-7 pages. 7 pages of notes I write during the game. I write down every possession. Here's one page, front and back, that I have for the spring game. I'm just writing down notes. I'm not breaking down drives. I mean, I broke down all drives with the ones. I broke those down. I'm not breaking down drives with the twos. Not going to do it. It has no meaning, because if you want me to break down the drives with the twos, I guess ultimately we could. Garrett Nussmeier had all 3 incompletions on those drives. Jane Daniels started off the scrimmage 6 for 6 for 116 yards and a tutty. I'm just not going to break down them going with the twos. It makes no sense whatsoever. Both of these guys looked great with the ones. They're going to. I did not think that Garrett Nussmeier was ready last year. Now that we're out of the season and Garrett Nussmeier's ready to go now, admit it to yourself. He wasn't ready to go last season. He's ready to go now. I think, God willing, I hope this doesn't happen. If he hit the portal, he would start somewhere. I think that outside, for example, he went to Alabama, he's going to start there. He can't because of the SEC transfer rules, but he's going to start there. Right? No question about it. You got two legitimate dudes. Now, I want to just be cautious here. If either one of them start doing bad, don't give up on them. Like a lot of people wanted us to give up on Jaden last year. I'm not going to do that, man. I'm not going to do that. Could one of these guys, take the next step forward? You damn right. Jesse Jackson, the real Jesse Jackson on YouTube says, "Add Blake, how the tight ends look." Well, none of them really played. I mean, McGowan didn't look too bad. He had a few catches. He's an undersized, very undersized tight end. Very undersized tight end. Mac Markway didn't go, and I'm okay with that. I am 1,000% okay with that. I just think that you're in a position now when you have the quarterbacks that you do, the running backs that you have coming back. I thought the offensive line made the right pickups on those blitzes that House sent. I thought that the receivers who struggled with drops a season ago, you kind of have a addition or addition by subtraction with one receiver going into the draft. You've got Aaron Anderson that's coming in here. And you saw what Kyron Lacey, Brian Thomas Jr., and Malik Neighbors can do. And Kyle Parker's a guy that's going to rotate in there. Oh, and by the way, Shelton Sampson has not hit campus yet. Lance Hurd has not hit campus yet. Offensively, I think you're going to be better than good. I think LSU offensively, I've said this even before the spring game. Go look at any of the shows that we've done before the spring game. This isn't an overreaction. I think LSU's offense is going to be the best in the SEC. Who's it going to be? Who's Florida? Florida? Bama? Did you guys, any of you watch what's going on at quarterback at Bama? I mean, if Bama is, they're going to have to make adjustments. They're going to have to go in the portal, probably get a quarterback. Arkansas? Okay. Tennessee? Okay, we can have that debate. Georgia, maybe. I mean, Georgia offensively was really good last year. Don't believe me? Go look it up statistically. They were top 5 total offense. I just think you're in a different position. And then when you get to guys like Omar Speights, who is a newcomer, the bailout that he had when he was supposed to come on that blitz, guys, it is NFL worthy. Brian Kelly said it as much in his post game. Like, that dude, he's just a dude, man. I am every time I watch Omar Speights play, I just continue to think about and think to myself, that guy might arguably be the best linebacker from the portal that we've gotten. He might just be. Instinctively, he's just on a different level. And then when you put that kind of knowledge on the field with a Harold Perkins, watch out. And you can call up anybody on that staff right now. Greg Penn was out today. Greg Penn's going to play. Greg Penn's been all over the field all spring. Greg Penn's going to play. All right, a couple more. Holden Lee says, man, I think Brian Thomas is due for a breakout. Well, can't drop passes. He didn't today. He looked good. And look, you could tell with both Nussmeier and Daniels that both of them feel more comfortable with him. And I think he feels more comfortable with them. The biggest play offensively to me, take out the 70-yard bomb and run. That's a massive play. I think the biggest play for me to see how a connection has been working was not that 70-yard pass and the one-handed catch by Kyron Lacey. It's the Brian Thomas 2-point conversion. Brian Thomas is going in. Quarterback's rolling out. He scrambles out to help out his quarterback. Jane throws arguably one of the best throws I've seen him make at LSU, and the ball's here. It's impressive, dude. It's impressive. Brandon Reed says, #AskWay, just tuned in. I heard the offense looked good out there today. I thought that they did, like we just mentioned. Michael says Bear Jones will hit 20 home runs. Might. But, man, y'all up in here arguing. DK on YouTube says Nuss has grown up so much in this last year, especially in his reads. Agree with that, DK. Speaks well of coaching and development. Yeah, man, look, coaching can change somebody's entire perspective, an entire career. It can change somebody's entire career. I mean, hell, look at Alex Milazzo with Jay Johnson. I mean, if you're Alex Milazzo and you get drafted, I'm giving Jay half of that bonus check. I'm dead on serious. But yeah, he's grown, man. He's matured. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. I mean, he took a bad sack today, but I mean, I'm not worried about that kind of shit, man. I'm just not worried about that. Right? Like, he took a bad sack. He's trying to make a play in the spring game. Okay. I mean, like, we break down every play. Remember that sack? Hey, Blake, remember when Nussmeier got sacked? Well, remember when he started diming dudes up? Both of them. Now, you can say that I'm coming in here and trying to force you to drink the Kool-Aid. But I would argue, tell me where they look bad. Okay? Do guys, you could talk about tackling defensively. Okay, I'm with you. That's got to get better. It's April. It's got to get better. Safety play. Okay, I'm with you. But I just don't know where I just don't know where I see a flaw in them right now offensively. I don't know where I see a flaw. I think the running game's going to have to be a big thing. And, I think that once we get to summer, we'll find out those flaws. Once we get in camp, we'll see flaws if there are, or if there are any. Anders Lee on Facebook. Congratulations on being a grandpa for the second time, Anders. Says, I just came by to say I called the Grand Slam. I mean, hey, I'm a prophet. Mm-hmm. David on Facebook. Is Mason Smith still a Tiger? He is. This old vet says that same pass to Lacey 100 times, how many times out of 100 does he come down with it? Doesn't matter. He came down with it. And old vet, I'll be honest, LSU been posting stuff of him all season, or all off season in spring, and they post those videos. He did it twice in the same practice in the back of the end zone. Dude's been something. Man, look, you talk to any player on that team, they continuously bring up Kyron Lacey. Continuously. Justin says stool bus out the. I don't know what that means, man. I don't know what Justin must be on that sauce. He been mad all show. Joe says Smith has been at practices but didn't go today. Yeah, and he's been going through drills, man. He's been going through drills. I don't know what y'all arguing about. All right, let's transition a little bit of baseball. So Tigers win. They take the series from Ole Miss. I know what you're going to say. Blake, Ole Miss is 3-14. They are, man. They're not good. I mean, they can hit a little bit, but it is what it is. We can break down Friday's game. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow or Monday. But today, man, it's all about Ty Floyd and Dylan Cruz. It is all about Ty Floyd and Dylan Cruz. No questions asked. You came out in the top of the first. Morgan would walk, and then Cruz hits a 2-run bomb. Then Ty Floyd gets 1, 2, 3. You're back on the dugout. And then here comes. Bases are loaded in the top of the second. Cruz hits a grand slam. Let's call it what it is. Now, Ty Floyd has been known to start giving up runs. But in the bottom of the 2, he gets a strikeout, ground out, walk, fly out to left. Then here comes Ty Floyd again. Bottom of the 3rd. Bloop single, ground ball to Dugas, fly out to Tommy Tanks, fly out into to left to Trey Morgan. Bottom of the 4th. Ground out, strikeout, fly out in the right. So we've gone through 4 innings of Ty Floyd today, looking not just good, guys. He flat out looked like he was all SEC caliber through the first 4. I mean, dude, guys, he's getting multiple innings where he's going boom, boom, boom. 3 up, 3 down. I get it's Ole Miss. But Ole Miss has played some really good teams this season so far. Vandy, who got beat up by big bro Tennessee today. And Tennessee won that series, which is massive for LSU, I might add. Yeah, he looked good. He looked good through 5. Comes into the 5th. Fly out to Thompson, single, fly out into right field, and then he would get a strikeout. The only issue that he had was in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, he gave up a ground ball, a double, a walk, and then a 3-run home run to Kemp Alderman. That's it. Comes in the 7th. KK, ground ball to Jones, unassisted. Then would go into the 9th or go into the 8th. 1, 2, 3. Then got pulled in the 9th for Nate Ackenhausen. Ty Floyd was exceptional today. If there is a game ball, if there is somebody that I'm just blown, because you guys are right. I mean, I tweeted this last night during the game. Dylan Cruz was due. Right? Dylan Cruz was due. And he hit 2 long balls today. It's massive. It's absolutely massive for you. And him hitting a grand slam, massive. I am just so impressed that Ty Floyd, in a team that he needs to go out there and shut down and shut out, who's not necessarily great, he did. But it's not, look, Ole Miss, and we talked about it during the week, but Ole Miss has 5 dudes of their top 5 that are going to be drafted. All guys hitting above 300. Gonzalez, Alderman, Groff. You know, the only thing that sucks about this series so far for me, I don't know about you, is seeing a furnace on the back of an Ole Miss jersey and then him hitting a home run off of Skeens. That's it. But Skeens would come back and strike him out twice and show that, you know, hey, kid, I know you got one on me. Probably shouldn't have thrown 7 straight fastballs at you, but I struck you out twice. Furnace didn't look great today at all. He looked below par. My question would be, would Furnace start for you right now? Where? Who would he hit for? I don't know who Furnace would hit for. I don't know where he'd play. Maybe he can play an outfield position, maybe. Rotate in. But, I mean, you looked elite today. You look like the number 1 team in the country. The only thing that I will say, and will continue to say, you got to go out there tomorrow and sweep. If Arkansas just got swept and Florida just got swept and Tennessee's on the verge tomorrow to sweep Vandy, you need to go out there and get a sweep. Let the teams that you've played and beaten, let them go out there and kill each other. But what you need to do is impose your will tomorrow against Ole Miss, get the sweep, get out of there, come home. You need a sweep really bad. You need a sweep really, really, really bad. Now, can you get it? That's up to you, man. That's up to them. And you have a full bullpen that you can turn to tomorrow. It looks really bright for LSU. things just look really bright for LSU. Now, next weekend, you have Alabama, who's also been struggling. So can you not only sweep this weekend, but you have a real true potential to sweep next weekend as well. And that's when things start really get rolling. You get your bullpen pack. Does Ty Floyd continue his dominance that he showed today? So a lot of good things to be excited about, man. A lot of good things for LSU baseball to be excited about. I know some of you are in here right now. Jordan Thompson. Guys, Jordan, what are we doing? Blakey hadn't gotten a hit all weekend. Well, just going to throw this out there to you. When LSU played South Carolina until the second to last at bat for Dylan Cruz, neither did he against South Carolina. Jordan Thompson was ripping the cover off the ball. Blakey made an error. Okay. He also made 2 major league plays today. 2. Some of y'all are going to have to calm down. Like, what? You're going to have to calm down. You can bitch and moan, That's what, when you say stuff like that, that's how I hear you. Oh. A top 5 overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft, Christian Gonzalez had 2 errors on him last night. Should they have been? No. And if one of those errors was the infield single from Jordan Thompson, so he wouldn't be hitless. Anyway. Chad says Little is pitching tomorrow. Yes, he will start. That's been announced. And look, I hope that he can give you some innings. He had 3 really good innings last week. Can he do that again? If he can give you 3 solid innings and you got a bullpen full of arms that can go, Gavin Guidry, I think Nate Ackenhausen can go again. So many dudes that can come out of the pen for you and give you some solid innings. I don't know what you do with Thatcher Hurd. But you got dudes down there. Ryan says we need a run rule Ole Miss. That would feel good. Stool bus driver 420 friendly says Florida got swept. There you go. Florida got swept. That's Matt, and who they got swept by South Carolina, and that helps you because you split this series with South Carolina. And God willing, who knows what that Sunday game would have looked like? I think both teams came out like I think this is what I think happened. This is ultimately what I think happened. I think when both of them got a win, they both looked at each other. Jay and your boy at South Carolina said, "Hey, Jay, listen. Let's get on out of here. It's Easter tomorrow. Let's get on out of here. It's Easter. Let's get our ass on out of here. Convince me I'm wrong. I saw people on Twitter saying this. Furness will transfer to LSU, question mark. I don't know. I mean, if he wanted to be at LSU so bad, you think Jay Johnson wouldn't have given him a scholarship? One of the part of the 11.7? Gasly Gamer says, I don't like the lineup change. Thompson needs to go back to 7 or 8 hole where he makes the clutch hits. Okay. Jordan Haydad says, who the F is hating on Jordan? Go look up at the earlier comments, dude. They hate it. Linda Young says, Blake, what's the record for Grand Slams in a season? It's a good question. I'm sure Andrew Paul Sub Martin would know that. I do not know that off the top of my head. I do not know that off the top of my head. So you got 2 this weekend. It's massive. All right. We might do a show tomorrow. I just got some things I need to do. Let's get to a couple questions before we roll out. Chili says, hashtag Ask Blake. Does LSU do anything in the transfer portal? Chili, are you talking about football? Yeah, Vic. I mean, look. Here's what I think LSU is going to do in the portal football wise. If you're talking football, I think they're looking for. I don't think on this one, they are looking for a safety. They are looking for a safety now. Can Toviano play that role? Maybe. You're going to put in a freshman over there over two seniors and Major Burns and Greg Brooks. Maybe as a rotational piece, you need a safety, man. Look, I'm not saying Sage Ryan had a bad day or has had a bad career at LSU so far, but he's got to get with it a little bit. He's got to get with it a little bit. He didn't have a great day. I know that they're going to go after offensive line. I mean, LSU has 5 offensive linemen coming in, which means they'll have a lot of depth. I still think they'll look at a center or an interior guard. There's one guy out there that they don't want anybody knowing about that they're going after. When they give me the green light, we'll talk about it. Yes, he is in the portal. I do think LSU could use another pass rusher. I do think, because if what Brian Kelly and John Jancic said about Harold Perkins being outside on third down, and you got a veteran guy that can go out there and he's had production, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. Oh, you know what's one thing we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about special teams. Let me rewind and talk about a little bit about special teams. You do have a competition between Ramos and Dybert. Both of them do not look good right now. I'm not saying that special teams are going to be bad. I'm also not going to overreact to kickers missing kicks. Ramos, for what it's worth, though, was pretty clutch last year at times. It's not his fault that guys are getting penetration up the middle and blocking his kicks. Right? Like those block kicks were not on him. Blake, the ball's low. Yeah. Well, you can't let guys get penetration on you either. I think they'll be okay. I'm not going to panic yet. I'm not going to panic. But when you ask me about the portal, if there is a kicker with experience, yeah, I'd go get him. Maybe I don't know. Let me tell you my dream scenario, and it's not going to happen. But here's my dream scenario. I just kind of pray that they would have I just kind of pray that they would hire McMahon in the analyst role. Let him go up to the field, let him work 2 days a week, give the dude $100,000 a year to go up to your facility 2 days a week, let him work with some kickers and be done with it. You got to be a specialist to coach specialists. As an example, when you get hurt, right? When you get hurt and you need surgery, or you get sick and you need something, you don't go see a primary care physician. You go see a specialist. Your head coach and your offense coordinators can be primary care physicians. They know a lot about a lot of stuff. But when you need surgery and something specific, you go see a specialist. That might be the best take I've ever had. That might be the best take I've ever had. I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm not going to lie. I came out that with a dome piece. Chris says Sage will be fine. Sage will be fine where? And what capacity? I mean, you can't. There's a part of this that where you got to ask yourself, how many tackles can the kid miss? How many tackles can the kid miss before we start asking questions? Right? How many tackles is he going to miss before we start asking questions? So we'll see. All right. We're out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll do a show tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow. No, we got the kid's birthday party. Either way, we'll see you tomorrow, Monday. Peace.